Welcome back to another episode of Boys from the Bridge. This is the official channel dedicated to yours truly, Chelsea Football Club and football in general. Everything you want to know, everything you need to know, it happens right here, right now. Let's get into it. So, today's video is on a preview of the United game that is happening tomorrow. In this video, I'll be talking about a variety of different things. I'll be talking about a predicted lineup for the game and that I am extremely excited about, and I believe will get the job done at Old Trafford. Some other things that I will be discussing is potential news and rumours that have happened over the last few days, and also any injury updates for that game happening tomorrow. Let's get into it. So, it is very early currently where I am. It's around 7 in the morning. I decided to, wake up early so I could do a video before I went off to work, so I could get the video out as soon as possible. Let's get straight into the news for tomorrow before I do the predicted lineup. Now, going to Old Trafford is a very hard venue for us to go to. We lost 4-0 last season there at the beginning of the season, which was really rough to take, as I have a lot of friends are the United fans. Don't know why they're my friends, to be honest, as the United fans. I always love beating United. Out of all the teams, I probably love beating Manchester United the most. So I'm hoping we can pull one over tomorrow. It can either make or break my Saturday, so I'm hoping it won't ruin my Saturday. Some news for tomorrow. Now, the likes of Kepa has a shoulder problem, so he's going to be injured. I don't know if this is actually true or if he's just, hurt his shoulder by himself because he doesn't even want to face the thunder of Mendy being in goals. But I believe that it'll be a good chance for maybe Caballero to be on the bench, give him some more confidence. Sadly, we didn't bring the likes of Czech. I cannot wait to see Czech on the bench. I was hoping maybe Czech can be on the bench tomorrow, but sadly he isn't. Another injury concern is still Billy Gilmour. But we're expecting Billy Gilmour to be back after the international break that's happening in a couple of weeks. Another international break, I know, but at least he'll be fit, hopefully, by the time the international break finishes. In terms of Manchester United, they are without Eric Bailly, and also Martial, that was suspended against the Tottenham game for giving one of those opposition. Martial is a big threat. The amount of penalties he seems to get for his team is ridiculous, so I'm glad he won't be playing. However, it's still going to be a very hard game. Some potential players that I think Chelsea really need to worry about in Manchester United. I'm going to start at the front with Rashford. Now, Rashford has been inconsistent this season, but he has played well over the last few games. So I think Rashford's pace, ability on the ball, and even off it whilst closing down the space can be a big problem for Chelsea. He seems to score some wonder goals against Chelsea, so I'm hoping we can minimise the space we give him and the chances that he will create. I hope that he will not have a big influence in the game whatsoever. The next player I want to talk about that can have a big influence for Manchester United is their midfielder, Fernandes. Now, Fernandes seems to get a penalty every single game, it feels like. So we really need to be careful in terms of challenges in the box. We have to take extra precautions to not allow this to happen, as I just don't want to concede a penalty to Manchester United. I also believe that the midfield is going to be a huge part of this game, and it can either be a make or break to whoever wins the contest. Kante and the other player that I will be speaking about, who I believe should start, really have to dominate. Now, I am going to be talking about my predicted lineup. I'm going to include one young player in my team that probably most wouldn't include, but I really think this player deserves a chance. However, I'm going to start with some issues that I have addressed last week that I really think Chelsea need to work on in order to beat Manchester United. The first issue that I want to speak of is player mistakes. Now, player mistakes seem to reoccur. I seem to be speaking about this over the last few weeks. Hopefully, this is the last week that I will be speaking about this, but hopefully no player mistakes will happen during this game. All the players need to be very focused the entire game. They need to make challenges that they believe is not going to cause fouls, is not going to lead to goals being conceded. So I think every single player, the concentration levels have to be, extremely high. The next issue I want to talk about is being clinical. I believe that we have to be more clinical in front of goal. We have exceptional talent going up front, so I believe we have to take more of our chances going up front. It feels like we are going to concede goals this season, so it's at the end of the day, it's about who can score the most goals, and I believe, obviously, being a blue, we can score the most goals. Now I'm going to get into the lineup. I'm going to start at the back. Mendy has now taken that number 1 spot from Kepa in goals. He is a very dominant and powerful figure, and he seems to relax all the defenders in front of him. It is just a very calming situation at Chelsea now, since the likes of Courtois, when he left, there was a bit uncertainty in terms of our keeper, and Kepa just hasn't done the job well. There's links to Kepa moving to Sevilla potentially. However, at the moment, Kepa is in our squad, so we do have to take care of him. I don't want to just abandon him because I do feel sorry for Kepa. However, the likes of Mendy is going to come in and is a real important figure in that defense. He was man of the match against Sevilla. He didn't do too much in that game. However, he did everything he needed to at the right time. So Mendy is going in goals. Now, the fullbacks in this game are going to be extremely important. So the likes of Reece James and Ben Chilwell on either side are going to be very important to providing that width to the game and also giving those deadly balls into the box. I thought potentially Azpilicueta could start this game because of his leadership, those kind of qualities. However, I do think this is a perfect opportunity for Reece James to start, as he does have a lot more pace at the moment than Azpilicueta, and the likes of Ben Chilwell also has a lot of pace to deal with the wide threat Manchester United can cause. Moving on to the centre-backs, Kurt Zuma and Thiago Silva are going to be the centre-backs for this game. They have started to form a partnership over the last couple of games, such as the Crystal Palace game and the Sevilla game, where we both conceded a clean sheet. However, Thiago Silva wasn't in our last game, where we conceded 3, so that is maybe a sign that Thiago Silva needs to start more often. He is hopefully going to be fit now for the game against Manchester United, so I'm putting those two in centre-back positions. Now in midfield, I'm going to put Kante, who I'm hoping is going to have a better game than he has recently. His legs do look very tired, as a lot of games have happened quick and fast. However, the player that I'm going to put alongside of him is Kovacic. Now, Kovacic hasn't featured a lot this season, but I think, Kovacic deserves a start. So I'm going to put Kovacic next to Kante, who can dictate the pace, the flow of this game, and potentially win it for us. Moving to the central attacking midfielder. Now, I don't think Mount should ever play on the wings. I think he is not a winger. I think he's a midfielder. I do think Mount needs a break, so I am not going to include him in the starting 11. I'm going to put Kai Havertz in that position, that number 10 position that he loves. I think that with his creativity, he can dictate and open up a lot of chances for our attackers and our wings. Moving to the wingers. Now, Christian Pulisic loves playing on the left-hand side. This was evident against Sevilla when he was on the right-hand side because Mason Mount was on the left. There weren't that many chances created. However, as soon as he came onto the left-hand side after half-time, he created a lot more chances. He looked a lot more confident and comfortable on that position. So I'm going to put Pulisic on that left-hand side. On the right-hand side, now this is a difficult position. I don't think the likes of Mason Mount, like I said earlier, will start. I don't think the likes of Ziyech is fit enough yet to start. I would obviously love Ziyech to be in that right-hand position, but I don't think he's fit enough yet. So I would love to see Callum Hudson-Odoi start that right-hand position. I feel like this is a very good opportunity for him to get at Manchester United's defence and cause them a lot of problems with his pace, his creativity and skill. So therefore, Hudson-Odoi is going on the right wing. Now obviously the striker is very easy to do. I'm going to put Timo Werner up front. His performance against Southampton on last weekend was phenomenal, so I'm hoping he can keep up this momentum and get back with the goals. 3 players that are going to make a big impact from the bench in the game is going to be no other than Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham and Hakim Ziyech. All these 3 players offer something completely different, and I think them coming off the bench will cause Manchester United a lot of problems and something new for them to think about. There are a few Chelsea players that I think can really be key in beating Manchester United. Obviously, all the Chelsea players have to play extremely well and play very well together to beat Manchester United, but I put blue around the players that I really think need to stand out in order for us to beat Manchester United. This is my predicted lineup against Manchester United, the team that I think will get the job done on the day. And I want to do a predicted score. I think the scoreline will be 2-1 to Chelsea. I am very nervous about this game as Manchester United do cause us a lot of problems and we struggled a huge amount against them in the Premier League last season. However, we did pull one over them in the FA Cup, but I am hoping praying that we will get the job done. Moving on to news that has happened over the last few days. There's been a lot of uncertainty potentially with Frank Lampard's position. I am always a huge fan of Frank Lampard and think he should keep his job. However, we are lining up the likes of Max Allegri to potentially replace him. I still think Frank Lampard needs more time to get the team flowing. I think we'll still see the best out of this team come the next season. There's a lot of pressure on Frank Lampard and the Chelsea team to get things done immediately, which I think is unfair, as everything good does take time. So the fans, everyone just needs to give him a bit more time. I know when you spend £250 million, you can't exactly be too patient. I'm also getting frustrated at times, but I think at the end of the day, you just need to have faith and believe that everything will fall into place how it's supposed to. We saw the likes of Saar make a debut for Porto when they played against Manchester City in Champions League. I think he played very well. He definitely impressed as he played on the left of a back three, and he looked very assured and comfortable in that defensive role. I hope that he can keep up these good performances with Porto and he can come back to Chelsea with a lot more confidence and be a vital part in our defence. Now, there are 4 players that are likely to leave in the January transfer window. All these positions include wing-backs apart from one. The likes of Alonso and Emerson are looking likely to leave. And the likes of Baba Rahman, who we haven't actually seen since 2016, as he's fallen down the pecking order, is also looking likely to leave. And the likes of Kepa could potentially move to Sevilla. I think we could definitely do without these 4 players. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But freeing up the wage bill, we could potentially bring in some more players, such as the likes of Declan Rice. We've been linked to heavily, and I think he would be a very important and valuable player at Chelsea, just being in that defence, not allow anything to happen. Ziyech did an interview with Chelsea yesterday, and he said that he is very happy that he didn't move to either Arsenal or Barcelona, which I agree. I'm very happy he didn't, and we always love hearing a Chelsea player, kind of take a jab at Arsenal. The last piece of news that has happened is Dennis Zakaria. He plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He is 23 years old, and he is from Switzerland. Defensive midfielder. He is a powerhouse in that midfield, and the likes of Kante, he could be a very good replacement for. It is a bit of a tug of war at the moment with Manchester United on who can get him first. He is around £36 million, and we have spent a lot of money this season, but we still need better defensive midfielders, such as Kante hasn't been performing very well recently, and nor has our defense. I'd really appreciate if you could please hit a like for this video, so I know I should keep doing them. Hit the subscribe button so you can get all my videos as soon as I post them. I've seen a few of you have subscribed, so I really appreciate it, as I'm just starting out and trying to get more subscribers. Also, please leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about the match tomorrow and any other thoughts you may have. I'll be making a review to this video that I will be releasing on Sunday, hopefully sooner. And I will also be making a preview video to our game in midweek in the Champions League. Come on, you Blues. Till then, see you later.